You're welcome, Northeast Kansas.
Some of the Broncos are going to walk behind me here. You're going to hear some boos come in as well.
Sunscreen memo for the next couple days. SPF 2000 for me. A solid save by Parker Tinkler. Name of the night. I'm here with Brian Haney, the voice of the Jayhawks.
This is for Sparta! Plenty of questions in the offseason for the Chiefs.
You get $1 million, and you get $1 million. Could be the Big 12 Player of the Year. Just stop it. I don't even know if I can drink water that fast. How about my doppelganger? This little dude at the TCU Coastal Carolina game was just eyeballing the camera. It is Sub-State Championship Saturday here in Northeast Kansas. Tons of area teams trying to punch their ticket to the state tournament. And we start with two Centennial League teams battling out in the dungeon. Dilly dilly. We go to the fourth quarter. What a game. Devonshea Harden, well, he doesn't see the three-point line. He sees the bucket. He makes the long three. Topeka High goes on an 11-0 run to start the fourth quarter. Jordan White going for a layup here, and Larry White says, "Nuh-uh!" And then back the other way. I'm focused on Larry White, but here comes Keandre Smith finishing with a layup. But the Junior Blues trying to come back. Jordan White, after the timeout, receives the pass, squares up, hits the three, and a timeout, and you can see the disappointment on his face. Fourth quarter just not the Junior Blues way. Check this one out. 70-footer Larry White. The bank is open, even though it didn't count. He wanted it to count. One ref unofficially said it did count during a timeout. They win it 56-50. They're heading to that state tournament. To Hayden, where they wore the road blue unis because Santa Fe Trail is the one repping the all-white. They're the 1 seed. Off the opening tip, Jet Canfield to Zach Harvey for the 3. Not a bad start there. Later, Hayden Federico to Levi Brown for the 3. The stroke was working early in the Wildcats' favor. Now Deshaun Hanukkah. Look at this. Delicious. Oh, finger scoop. And then the little glare. There was some tension going on. John Long, the tough floater for the Chargers. But after the break now, Harvey to Hanukkah for the Wildcats, the and 1. They're heading to state. It went pretty. 92-59, the final score. To the game that preceded that one, Hayden and Jeff West girls in overtime at 51. Jaden J to Sophia Purcell. Tough bucket. The Hayden Lady Wildcats, they win, and they head to state 57-51, your final score. Regular season finale for the Kansas Jayhawks. They're on the road at Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's a beautiful place. Go check it out. 102 straight regular season sweeps for Big 12 opponents for the Hawks and Bill Self. That's a Devontae Graham 3 from the corner. Later on, OSU up 11. Mitch Solomon gets Doak in the air and then just yams it. My goodness. He was pretty pumped up because it's senior day. That's probably the last time he's ever going to put on a basketball uniform, so why not? Cowboys up 2 touchdowns. Now KU down 17. Graham up to Silvio De Sosa for the jam. Hawks down 16 at intermission. Second half now, the backdoor find to Jeffrey Carroll, the two-hand slam. Too much. Kendall Smith, the fadeaway 3. Bill Self not happy later on. He'd get teed up. 82-64, the loss. And Kansas is going to have that over their heads going into the Big 12 tournament. Here's Coach. On the basketball style we know today is fast-paced, up and down the court. Score as many points as you can, right? In this game, you still want to score, but the pace might be a little different than you've seen.
Granny basketball.
Good job, good job.
Based upon the rules of 1920, these ladies can still ball out.
They say that women will live 5 years longer if they have a good girlfriend. And I have 100 good girlfriends. Imagine how old I'm going to live.
This has been a great outlet. We're just having a blast. It's a lot of fun. And honestly, with Granny Basketball, it's made basketball a lifetime sport for women.
Pat Connor played back at KU in 1950 and has the badges to prove it.
I played at KU in 1950 when there were no women's teams. We had KU Women's Athletics, Women's Athletic Association, and we could participate in different sports and earn so many points to get like the letter and the other things on my back.
Even though these women are between the ages of 50 and 85, they still have that competitive fire.
I've heard there's a lady that's 91, so I'm going to beat that one.
It's competitive, even though we're supposed to be ladies.
I think you kind of see the little fire in people's bellies out here on the court, but we do want to play safe, and we want everyone to go home without any bumps or bruises.
Good evening to you, Matt. It's a celebratory night here in Allen Fieldhouse, not only for the NCAA record of 14 consecutive Big 12 titles. That's good for all conferences across the NCAA all time, but also to celebrate 3 special guys on this team that are seniors, and they only have 3 seniors on this team, and 2 of them played key roles for the Jayhawks. Devontae Graham will be playing his final game here in Allen Fieldhouse. He came all the way from Raleigh, North Carolina, and he started all 29 games to this point and has racked up the most minutes on the team, 1,081 minutes played, and has led the Jayhawks in points and assists. The second senior, Sviatoslav Mikhailuk, came all the way to Lawrence, Kansas from the Ukraine. He's also started all 29 games so far this season and leads the team in three-pointers made with 92 coming into the day. And the final senior is Clay Young, the walk-on from Lansing, Kansas, has played 9 games this season and has 9 total points. And we expect to see all those guys starting tonight, as well as they get to give their senior speeches after the game, which is in Allen Fieldhouse, and as well as Coach Bill Self giving one as well. It's their type of tradition here. A lot of people are going to stick around for that. Tip-off for the game against Texas, 8 p.m. And one thing of note, no Mo Bamba for Texas, which means it could be KU's night all night tonight. And with that, from Allen Fieldhouse, I'll send it back to you in the studio, Matt.